Hello everyone. With Diwali right at the corner, today I'm sharing some of a super simple, easy DIY. The first DIY is 4 brass Peacock tea light or Diya holder, and I have sketched this peacock, and using air dry clay I will start molding the design. Keeping the design inside this plastic sleeve really helps in pulling out the design at the end, and you would see it has made my life so easy. All design making was super easy. You can also use any transparent plastic sheets as well. And to smooth out the design, just use some talcum powder. Using a toothpick or a soft brush, I carved all the designs like beak, eyes. 'Cause I got to say, so I'm in love with you. What are we gonna do? So I'm in love with you. Making a U-pin with a wire. Here I'm using a floral wire, but you can also use a safety pin or any form of wire. Add a little bit of white glue and insert the U-pin in the neck of the peacock, and then to this attach the rest of the body. To make the feathers, I have started with a thin sausage like shape, and using a rolling pin just flatten the shape and start molding the feathers. I'm using white glue to attach it to the clay. It just adheres and makes it a very strong bond. Wipe out any excess glue with help of a dry brush, because otherwise it will be difficult to paint on this glue. And using a scalpel or a Dresden tool, just start making the feathers. For the body, I'm using a cap to create these tiny semicircle feather-like designs. And again, to attach the tail or the legs, you can say so, I'm again using a U-pin. To attach a tea light holder or a diya also, just use a little bit of clay and scratch it on top of it a little so that the glue can stick to each other. Then attach another soft clay on the peacock body and press it. Smooth out all the sides to give it an even look, and at the same time it will help to stick together really well. For the second design, I am using this silicone mold from Amazon. I have dusted it with some talcum powder, and now I'll push the clay thoroughly inside and leave it to dry for some time. We do not want it absolutely hard, otherwise it will be very difficult to mold. And then I designed some circles, and this design was pretty organic. I just had a little bit of a guideline that how I want this to be. Rest everything went by flow, and you will see it, me using different types of tools and experimenting it.
4 feet on the stripes in the Alabama highway, out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never
I was very happy with the design, but I was a little worried about the strength. So later on, off camera actually, I inverted the design and added some extra clay behind to give a little extra support to all the filigree kind of a design. And now comes the fun bit. I started with acrylic black paint and then took some pearl metallic gold color and started dry brushing. So here you do not have to mix any bit of water in your paint, and that will give a very brass like look. And instead of going for one coat, go in multiple coats. Let the first coat dry and then go on with a second or a third coat. That gives a very beautiful look, and I think all the details start showing with difference in the amount of paint at one place. Just to add the final touch, this is absolutely optional, use a little bit of metallic wax. I'm planning to reuse a lot of these designer diyas that I had. I washed them thoroughly. They are from last year. So I'm choosing acrylic paints and some of the kundan or beads that I already have. I also like to actually recover all those kundans from my old bangles and keep them safely for these types of project. But today I'm using a market bought kundan set so that everybody can use it. I will leave the link of all the products that I have used in the description box in case you are interested. Adding kundan is absolutely optional, but it really adds the charm to this entire Diya decor. My next project again uses this bouquet box, wooden box that came with a bouquet, and now I'm painting it in this beautiful blue color. And I have these stencils, and this was such a big fail, but I do want to show you what went wrong. So I stuck the stencils properly, and using a sponge brush I sponged all the design, but it all got smeared. So later on I let it dry, went for a next coat. Actually it required 2 more coats. Then with the help of a thin brush I started dabbing the design, and this was more or less quite close. Still there was a little bit of smudging here and there, but it was manageable enough. But it came out so beautiful, so beautiful. The white on this dark blue color, it was just shining. I added few dots here and there as well, and this is how the final look is. The last DIY is this Biryani Hat Painting. I wanted to do a whirly art on this, but also want to hide this stamping of the logo here. So using some white glue and some air dry clay. This took a little while actually, but at the end you would see the result. It came out really beautiful and a very subtle design. So Tuesday we will be posting our living room, dining room Diwali decor. So consider subscribing if you haven't already and hit that bell icon. So once the air dry clay is nicely stuffed inside the logo design, then we will start painting it all white, and taking some terracotta color, I'll start painting the design. Now you can alternately paint the entire matka in terracotta design and then use a white color to paint. That also looks really nice. I'm keeping the design super simple. And actually I'm keeping the design a little bold as well, because from a distance that will be visible. So I have painted a design of dancing girls all around, and this is how it looks together. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video, and in case you did, then do consider subscribing to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment which one was your favorite and which one would you like to try this Diwali. I'll see you in my next vlog. Until next time, bye bye.